Good morning. Good morning. If you're watching the replay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you catch it. Hello, hello. Happy Saturday, May 31st, the last day of the month. Good morning. How is everybody doing? Hope everyone is well. Good morning. Good morning. As you're popping on, say hello. How's it going? If you haven't guessed, I'm making a mess. I'm here alone. Renee is at her son's lacrosse tournament today, so good luck to Austin's team. We missed our live last week due to the holiday, so we have a lot to show. And as you can see, I have a couple of flyers here, but we'll wait a minute or two for more people to pop on. I started a little early. Hey, Jen. How's it going? Hopefully the weather gets a little nicer. It's supposed to warm up a little bit. Lots of graduation things going on this weekend too. So I do hope that the weather starts behaving. Hey, Gail. Good morning. Good morning. All right. So as I said, I'm here by myself, so I will try to watch comments and questions while I am showing you all of the things. As you can see, we still have some seats left in our LDRS card making event on June 7th. That's from 11 to 3. We filled up the crop room and then opened up some more seats. So there are still a few seats left. If you want to come and join Angie and LDRS and see the newest release and work with it, hey, Jan, sign up for that class. It is an unbelievably amazing price for, I think you get to make 5 cards this time. So, and Angie always has a lot of fun techniques that she shows with her newest release. The other thing we've got coming up in June is an event we're calling the Summer Grab. If you stop in the store June 15th through the 22nd, while we're waiting for summer to join us. Hey, Marilyn. With your $20 purchase, you can select a cloud off of our giving tree, which is our teal Christmas tree that we've decided to leave up all year because we're going to do fun events like this, not only at Christmas time, but you can grab a puffy cloud, and on the back there's a little envelope that has a little secret surprise in it for you. The coupons that you find in your cloud can be used through the end of June, so through June 30th. This promotion starts June 15th. So stop in June 15th through the 22nd to select a puffy cloud off of our giving tree. All right, those are the 2 things we've got going on right now. Just a couple of other quick announcements. You'll be excited to know Renee and I are headed off to a show at the end of the month so that we can bring back all the fun new things to show you, and plan some classes and do some things. I've got another Michigan themed class bubbling around in my mind that will be coming out very soon. So those of you that love the Michigan projects, I think you're really going to like this one. It's different from anything we've done. So be on the lookout for that. Hello, Barbara. I was standing on the stool so I could see all your comments, but I had to get down so I can start showing you the product. So like I said, I will try to watch comments. So here's the Michigan Inspiration Project. It is a tent card. All right, so you can see it's a tent card. It stands up like this. All right, you really can't see what it is yet, but here it is. And then it's got a little notch here that you pick the flap up and you can put a sentiment inside your card or write your message. So these are the waves that we've already got in stock. We will, once they can be checked in, probably Tuesday, they will be available, but I've got the Summer Days words. And then in this pack, you got 4 sailboats, 4 different size sailboats, and a little Michigan to put on the sail. So these will be available probably early next week. And then you can see how this card was made. You can see it in the store, how it works. But it's a fun little tent that can stand and be a nice decor piece to remind you of Michigan summer days. There's a little sparkle on there. All right, so that is our Michigan theme project. That will be available for you to see in the store. The new Creative Scrapbooker magazine is out, and I just wanted to point out a couple of things in this one. First of all, we have an ad in here for our Shop Hop. So this is our ad for the Tri-State Paper Crafting Shop Hop. You can find that in the ad area in the back. And then also, as you guys know, Scrappy Chic is a member of the AIR Alliance of Independent Retailers. And we're up to 71 stores now. And they're part of the show that we're going to in Vegas. But in here, you can see in the store directory, all of the stores that have little hot air balloons by them are AIR stores. So you can see that in the back of the magazine also. It's available now. This is the summer edition of Creative Scrapbooker. Lots of fun inspiration in here. Lots and lots of things. So if you're looking for some inspiration and information, take a peek. It's available now up at the front counter. Okay, let's get right into some product. How we doing? Whoops. Oh, I don't like to be crooked, you know that. Any questions so far? I'm gonna have to start wearing my glasses so I can see what you guys are saying. Okay, so let's start with a couple of things from Waffle Flour that we were already out of stock on last time when we showed the new Waffle Flour release, but we've got them back in, so I just wanted to show you a few things. This is the Quilted Squares texture die. We have a couple of the new texture dies back in stock. And then this is the Quilted Square stencil. All right, we have that back in stock. This is the Notions die, and you may have been seeing some samples that a lot of our ladies in the crop room have been making. So that is the Notions. It's got the pins and the pin cushion. And then this is the sewing machine. Super fun. And it's called So Fun die. And then there is also a silhouette of a dog and a cat. All right, so those sold out really fast. And then I just had to show you this itty bitty little postage stamp die. It is 2 inches by 1.5, and it fits in a couple of the squares on the postage die, the regular A2 size postage die, postage stamp die. Oh my gosh, postage collage, whatever it's called. You know what I'm trying to say. So it's the Postage Collage Mini, and it's a great price, $5.99, and you could do some fun things with this in your postage collage dies. All right. Then we've got some new things from Mr. Holtz. We brought in probably 12 different of these collections. I'm only going to show you about 5 of them, but you know that we've got a bunch of them. Excuse me, they're right up front. They are a stamp and stencil bundle, and they've got clear stamps and a stencil. This one's birds with sentiments, and it is called, it's just called, I don't know what. It doesn't really have a name that I can see. Hold on. Oh, it just has a number. Anyway, birds. These are the little birds that he did that big collection of Thinlit dies with. Here's some with wildflowers. So the stencil here has 2 different images of it, and the sentiment says hope is never lost. I really like this stamp. I have the dies, and then this one too, some other wildflowers with a stencil that's got, I think all these stencils have at least 2 different images on them. And then this one has got mushrooms, which we know are very, very popular. And then these little stamps will fit perfectly in your postage collage projects. And of course, I mean, we couldn't go without having the sisal trees. My absolute, absolute favorite are these little bottle brush trees. So this one is, you get 6 trees, a couple of sentiments, and a stencil that's got stars and wood grain. All right. So take a look. It's a pretty good price point for a nice stamp set and a stencil. And like I said, we've got more of those different designs up front also. And then the 3D texture fades, the big ones. These are the A5 size. We've got those in stock also. This is, I just brought back, this is the wood grain, one of my faves. This one, excuse me, is the typewriter, another one of my faves. And this one is called Botanical. And these A5 size obviously can be used on almost anything. Let me see the size on this thing. Yep, you could even use it on a slim line. 6 inches by 8.5. So a slim line, a regular slim line is usually 9 inches. So of course it would just do the back, you know, the, oh my gosh, the border that you would normally do on a card. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Next, we've got some new things from Spellbinders. Father's Day is right around the corner, so these designs, some of them are geared towards that. This one is called Cruisin' By Sentiments. So happy Father's Day. I am utterly delighted to call you my friend. Wishing you endless miles of joy and such. That one is the Reel of Color. This one is the Crafty Tools. Layered gladiolas. Torn paper edges. And then this one is a muscle car. And then these are some nice classic sentiments. Have a classic birthday, Father's Day, anniversary, all those sorts of things. So those are just a couple of the new die sets from Spellbinders. I'm sorry if I'm missing questions while I'm trying to show everything. If I don't answer you and you have a question or you need something, say it again. I'll see it eventually. I'm not ignoring you, I promise. A couple things from Hero Arts. This is a pack of 2 different stencils, 2 different kinds of brick. stencil. It's called Wall Textures. And then we did get some more of the Danielle Smith watercolor palettes. So all of these little dots are watercolors. Perfect for traveling. Perfect if you want to try out watercolors. Perfect for those smaller projects. All right, and a couple of new Better Press things too. There are some Lisa Horton designs. These are just a couple of them. I didn't bring them all back. You'll have to come in and see them. They're right up front. This one is called Splatters. This is this press plate. And this one is called Script Text. So it is a background press plate. This one's really fun too. It's a journal grid, so it is also a background, and it is a registration. So it shows you a couple of different ways that you can use it and line it up and use multiple colors. All right, so there's that. And then this one is an Alex Siberia design, and it is cherry blossoms. This one is with the die also, so you get the press plate and the die. And then this is some real color sentiments. So coordinating with the real color, celebrate life in full color, focus on what matters, things like that. That is Spellbinders, Better Press, and a little bit of Hero Arts. All right. We've got lots of paper collections to show. Are you ready? Let's start with Graphic 45, shall we? This one is called Fairy Boutique. The colors are really pretty, watercolory images. All right, so that is the paper pack, the 12 by 12 collection. There is also the 8 by 8. It's hard to see, but this shows you some of the paper designs. And then there's the ephemera, lots and lots of pieces, fairies, fairy dresses, and their clothes, mushrooms, sentiments. The rub-ons. That little mushroom house is so cute. All right. And then the cardstock stickers, which, remember, you can always take a sticker and use your powder tool to unstickify it and use pop dots to make it a textured bit of ephemera. And then this is the 8.5 by 11 patterns and solids that coordinate along with the Fairy Boutique. It looks like this is a new thing that Graphic 45 is trying, the 8.5 by 11 instead of the 12 by 12 patterns and solids pack. All right, and then one more Graphic 45 collection. This one's got some really bright colors. It's super pretty. This one is called Seize the Day. Seize like the sea. I know we've been hearing a lot about seeds, like things you plant, but this is seize, clearly. Tropical fish. Beautiful colors. Lovely, lovely. All right, that is the 12 by 12. This is the chipboard. Let's see what it says. Chipboard ephemera, I'm pretty sure is what it's called. But these are all the pieces with the frames and the tags and all of that coordinate with the paper. Rub-ons. And again, cardstock stickers. Nice borders, all sorts of fun things. And then this is the solids, patterns in solids. The colors are so bright and beautiful. Of course, I love that tealy color. Okay, that is from Graphic 45. Now, let's talk about what we've got from our friends. Sorry, I'm playing musical chairs over here with all this stuff. Let's talk about what we have from our friends at Echo Park. This collection is already back in our travel section. So if you're looking for it, that's where it is. It's right back in travel, and it is called National Parks. For all the traveling that you'll start doing this summer, if you're visiting any of the national parks, Yellowstone, Grand Canyon, Yosemite, all of those. That's the sticker sheet. And then here's a couple of the sheets of paper. So these are postcards. And then, of course, you know how I feel about clouds. And then a nice stripe. Here's the 6x6, so you can kind of see what some of the other patterns are. Really nice pine trees. A lot of the national park shields. All the things. And then this is the ephemera. There's also the frames and tags. I just didn't bring that back. All right, that is one of the lines from Echo Park that is new. This one is also new. It is, well, this is Cartabella, which is Echo Park. Sorry if I'm confusing. This one's also Cartabella. It's called Seashore, and the colors are beautiful. And this one can be used for lake and ocean. All right, so lighthouses, turtles, all sorts of things. Here's a couple of the sheets of paper, of course, the lighthouses, and some wood grain. Love wood grain. And then sailboats. And a really nice, it's kind of like a tone-on-tone kind of fishnet. Here's the 6x6 that show you some of the other patterns. There's some waves, anchors, all sorts of fun stuff. And it's such a nautical color palette. I love it. And then this is the ephemera set. This one you can find right up front. And then the other one is from Echo Park, and it is called Fashion. And you guessed what it was about, fashion. Hello, gorgeous. All right, that's the sticker sheet. Here are a couple of sheets of the paper, all these little shoes. And then a nice neutral plaid. It's kind of a brownie color. Nail polish. And a nice pattern. But this is the 6x6, so you can see some of the other patterns. Of course, they always have a beautiful floral in there. The dots and a plaid. Can't be Echo Park without a nice plaid. And then the ephemera. This one is also right up front if you're looking for it. Okay, that is what we have from Echo Park and Cartabella. Move this over here. All righty, the next thing we have is 49 and Market. They've got two collections that kind of coordinate together, Little Celebrations and Little Dreamers. This is the binder. It is a 2-ring binder that holds 6x8 pages. The pages, of course, are in there. So here is the binder that coordinates with the collections that I am about to show you. This one, let's start with a couple of these packs go with both. So, all right, this one is called Little Dreamers. The colors are just so soft and pretty. And we do have all the loose paper. I just brought back a lot of the packs to show you. But you can see in the typical 49 and Market way, they've got a lot of the text, tiny bit of grunge. And on this strip, I can see some stuffies. Then there's the 6x8. You can kind of see what some of the patterns are. There's a nice wood grain, some stripes. Colors are just really pretty. And then this is the rub-ons. You can see how cute they are. And then this is the laser cut elements. And of course, I always love their laser cut elements because they don't have the white edge. Sometimes you just don't want the edge, and sometimes you do. It's nice to have choices. All right, and then there is the little celebrations, but these packs, the album I showed you, and then this is die cut elements. This coordinates with both of the collections. And then these little epoxy stickers are so cute, and they coordinate with both of the collections also. This is the fabric tape. You get 6 die cut fabric strips. Also coordinates with both of the collections. And then this is, oops, little celebrations. A nice tealy color thrown in there, I think. This looks a little greener, but it's a little bit more prominent, that color in here. It's very pretty. Colors are just very nice and neutral. Boy or girl. Here are the laser cuts for the little celebrations. The flowers are beautiful. And the rub-ons. Love, love, love. Chipboard words. Lots and lots of different words to be used on cards or layouts. And then, of course, the 6x8. So you can see the patterns. This is balloons and banners, flowers. Really pretty. Really, really pretty. And that is $49 to market. How about some uniquely creative? We got some new uniquely creative in. This is called Patchwork Roses. Not too bright, not too soft. Some nice variations of pink and blue and green. You can see this is the cut apart page. All right, so the 12x12 collection, the 6x6. You can see all the different patterns. Lots of pretty florals. And then this is the card kit. Make 6 cards with envelopes. You get all sorts of things in there. All right, that's the card kit. And then we also have a creative kit. Comes with the 12x12. It has some lace pieces, lace embellishments, some words. It's got some cheesecloth, some rub-ons, and some instructions for projects. So that looks fun. And then also, these are the creative cuts for the collection. All right, and that is what's new from Uniquely Creative. And last but not least is what's new from our friends at Doodlebug. We have 2 collections from Doodlebug. This one is called Be Happy. Be Happy. So nice spring colors, green and teal and yellow. Lovely, cute little bees and some bears. This one has this acetate sheet. I don't know. Let's see. Something dark you can see. It's honeycomb. I don't know if you can see that there. How about that? All right, so it is heavyweight acetate, and it is a yellow honeycomb. And then here are a couple of the blue sheets. These little bees are so cute. Yeah, Maryland Doodlebug is so cute. And then the flowers. They always have great flowers. Lots and lots of flowers in that one. And then we've got this shaker pop. So cute. And the shape sprinkles. I just love this color palette. And the all the things. This has 173 pieces of ephemera. Words, phrases, and images. So clearly all the things. And here is the 6x8 paper pad. So you can kind of see what some of the other papers look like. Well, that bear is just adorable. And of course, you know how I love a gingham and look, a Swiss dot. All kinds of awesome things. Again, if you're asking questions and I miss it, please just repeat it until I answer you. Please, please. All right, and then one more. It's called Berry Sweet. So brighter colors, reds and pinks, also green and teal, all about strawberries. Look at this. Oh, so cute. Perfect for summer. And then this nice pinkish Swiss dot. And look at these strawberries and the flowers. All right, and then we also, of course, have the 6x8. You can see that plaid that they always love, that they always include, that coordinates with everything. I just love it. Lots of dots in this one. Perfect for summer. Some gingham, picnic cloth. That's what it reminds me of. Picnic tablecloth. Oops. And then this is the all the things. 138 pieces, words, phrases, images, and then doodle pop and shaker pop. And I couldn't get over these icon sprinkles. Look at these. These are dimensional. And they're little strawberries. And there's a little sparkle in there. They are adorable. Adorable. Okay. Now I am totally paying attention to the screen. So that's everything. If you have any questions, lay them on me. Because that is all of the new product and all of our announcements. Anybody have anything? Crop Room has seats in it if you want to come and spend this dreary day making and creating. Come on in. Come on in and see us. I'll be here for a few minutes. Tomorrow we've got mixed media, which is really exciting. 3 new members to break in. So that's exciting. And then once again, don't forget the LDRS class is June 7th, which it's next weekend, isn't it? Today's the 31st. So yes, next weekend from 11 to 3. We do have a couple of seats left. So if you were thinking about it, better step up and grab your seat. The price for Andy's classes is unbelievable. You will make 5 cards this time and learn lots of things. All right. And then don't forget, mark your calendar for June 15th when our summer grab starts. And watch our socials for anything that is going to come up between now and our next live. I think we'll do one more live before before we hit the road to Vegas. But, you know, I always like to do lives from Vegas, showing you what we're doing, who we're hanging out with, all the new things we're learning. So keep your eyes on our socials. That's where we share everything. Videos, all sorts of things. I'll be talking about my new Michigan class pretty soon. Pretty soon. All right, everybody. So if no one has any questions, thank you so much for joining me. We will be seeing you around in the store. Come and visit us. Get all the new things before they're gone, because they are super cute. All right, everybody. Thanks.